there, and welcome to Beauty Talk. My name is Linda, and if you don't know me already, I love everything about skincare, makeup, and beauty in general. And in today's video, I wanted to share with you my evening anti-aging skincare routine. I'm going to be sharing with you all the products that I use, my experience, the reason why I use them. So if you're interested in watching that, please keep on watching, but please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That would mean a lot to me. I see a lot of people that watch my videos, but they don't subscribe. They forget to like the videos so that I know that I like the videos. So please don't forget to do that. And also don't forget to follow me over on Instagram and TikTok. I also share some tips there, but also a little bit of my personal life if you're interested in getting to know me a little more. And now let's get into the video. Before getting into the video and showing you all my skincare routine, I first want to point out that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dermatologist or an expert, skincare expert. So if you do have any skin issues, skin problems, serious condition, forget about watching my video and make yourself an appointment with a doctor. And that's probably the best that you can do. The other thing I want to tell you is that my type of skin is a combination. So it tends to get oily in the center of my face and a little bit dry to normal on the sides. I think I used to be a little bit more oilier before, but now that I have a good skincare in place, I think the oil production is kind of like controlled. And the other thing I want you to know is that all the products that I'm using are products that work for me. And it's very important to note that all of us have very different kinds of skin, and not all products are going to work for all of us. So what works for me is not going to work for you, might not work for you. However, this video can serve you as a guide so that you can know like what type of products to include in your skincare routine, and maybe what kind of ingredients to look for, and where to, how to layer things. So it might be useful in that sense. Another thing I want to point out is that you don't need to spend a fortune to have an effective skincare routine. What matters is that you are being consistent and you are applying these products every single day, and that is what's going to be effective. And of course, the ingredients that are in those products. And then the other thing is that, you're going to see me using many products, and I want you to know that you don't need to use so many products the way I do to have an effective skincare routine. You can just have much less than what I'm using to have an effective skincare routine, an effective anti-aging skincare routine as well. However, I do use several products because I really enjoy using them. I like testing out new things so that I can share over here. But also, for me, it's like a therapy. And because I'm so used to it, and I've kind of like through the years built that routine, that it's a little bit complex, but I've gotten used to it, so it's not like too much. It just feels about right, if that makes sense. So now I'm gonna talk about my routine, and I want you to know that all of the products that I'll be mentioning are gonna be listed down below in the description box, and I'll also have direct links to the products if you're interested in purchasing them. Disclosure, I am affiliated to some of the brands, so if you make a purchase through using my links, that will generate a very small commission for me. And if you do purchase through my links, I really appreciate that, because that's going to be really helpful for my channel, and so that I can continue to purchase things and test it out and share them here with you. Okay, so moving on to my first step. I use a lot of makeup. And sort of a lot of makeup. I use a lot of makeup, and I use sunscreen every single day. So for me, it's important to do what is called a double cleanse. The double cleanse is basically you do a first cleanse with an oil-based cleanser to remove the bulk of your makeup, and sunscreen to really break it down. And then you go in with a second cleanser, which is a water-based cleanser, to remove any residue and to ensure that your face is properly cleansed. So I like using oils to remove my makeup. So I go in first with this one. This is the one from combate. I've used this one for years, but I also have other oil cleansers like a balm, and I also like some other brands that are oil cleansers as well. So the way I use this is that I put it on my face, I massage it in until I see everything sort of melting. And the reason why I like using an oil cleanser is because I find that it's a little bit more gentle than using a micellar water or a bifacial makeup remover that you use with a cotton round. I feel like that's a little bit more rough on my skin. You have to pull and tug, and I feel that using an oil, because it's a little bit more slippy, it's a lot more gentle. So then what I do is that I wet my hands and I emulsify the oil. That when it emulsifies, it turns like into a milk. That means that the oils can kind of blend with water and kind of like rinse off, clean all the dirt. So I do that, and once I finish removing my oil cleanser, I will then go in with my second cleanse, and at the moment I'm using this one from Avène. It's from the Cleanance range. This is a classic product. It's just a gel, a cleansing gel, and it's supposed to be very good for people that have blemish-prone skin, but also to help control oil production. I find that this one is really, really nice. I've been using it for a while now. I've also used a small version since last year, and I find that it does really good to my face. It doesn't leave my skin feeling stripped. It just leaves my skin feeling rather comfortable. That, you know, you can use whatever cleanser. Most of them are pretty fine nowadays. However, I kind of like to make sure that I'm using something that is not too harsh and that is just, you know, gonna cleanse my face properly without leaving it stripped or, you know, being just too harsh overall. So as I mentioned, I like doing a double cleanse because it's really important for me to ensure that my face is properly cleansed, because, you know, then what's the point of putting serums and other kind of things if your skin is not going to be properly cleansed to, you know, receive all the products. If it's not cleansed, it's going to be properly cleansed. It's going to be like a barrier, you know, between dirt and grime and all that. How are the rest of your skincare products going to be able to even penetrate? They won't be able to do anything if your skin is not properly cleansed. That's the way I see it. So the next step after cleansing will be to use some sort of toner. At the moment I have these two. So this one from Nuxe, from its very rose line, is called Refreshing Toning Mist. I love it. It has a very gentle rose scent, and it's not a sickly rose scent. It's very gentle, very subtle. And then I have this one from Eucerin, which is their Hyaluron Spray. And this one's really great because it's not like these other ones that I like using as well, that I've mentioned maybe here on my channel or on Instagram. I like using the Eau from Avène, La Roche-Posay, all of these Eau are really good, but those are thermal waters. This is not a thermal water. This is sort of like a hydrating serum in a spray, if that's the way I can describe it. So I really like these two, and I use them interchangeably, and you might see me using one of these in the footage that I'm going to be showing. And the reason why I like using a toner is because I feel that that's a great way to kind of start the hydration process in my skin. Every time you wash your face, even if it's just with water, you're kind of like stripping a little bit of your skin of its natural moisture. So for me, using a hydrating toner is a great way to start that process, but also because of that humidity that it creates in your skin, it's going to help for the rest of your products to penetrate better. So it's going to enhance your other products, it's going to make them stronger, if that makes any sense. The other thing that I like to point out when using a toner is that it's a great way to kind of incorporate some kind of ingredient that maybe you don't have present in the rest of your skincare routine. At the moment, I think these two basically, you know, they don't have anything different from the rest of my skincare routine, but I still really enjoy using them. There are some others in the market that I like that maybe have some other ingredients, and at the moment I'm not using those, but maybe I'll share with you in the future which are the other toners that I like that have more of like a treatment effect. And of course, usually I do my cleansing and my toning in the bathroom, and then once I come into my bedroom. That's where I do the rest of my skincare, and the first thing I do is I put on lip balm, and I'm using this one at the moment from Nuxe. I have used their lip balms for years. I also like the ones from Caudalie. They're generally my favorite lip balms. I always use a lip balm in the evening when I'm putting my skincare routine, and then before going to bed, and then in the morning I also use a lip balm while I'm getting ready and putting my makeup on. So this one is really, really nice. I really enjoy that, and that way my lips are, nice and soft. So the next step in my routine will be my first serum, and this is going to be my most important serum. At the moment I'm using this one, which is a serum from the brand Systema. It's a Spanish brand, and it's called Retinoid Liposomal Serum. So this is a serum that contains retinol. That's my most important ingredient in the night, because it's the ingredient that's going to help combat the first signs of aging. So may it be wrinkles, may it be dark spots, may it be an even skin tone, may it be large pores. So it's going to cover a whole host of those aging signs that we don't want to see. And this one from Systema, I find that is amazing. I really love the combination of ingredients that it has. It has 3 different kinds of retinoids. So it has a really nice cocktail, but it also has hyaluronic acid, glycerin, and then it has a big combination of antioxidants like vitamin C derivatives, vitamin E, but also has resveratrol. I really love that it's a very potent product. It has so many amazing ingredients. It's a very, very complete. So it does many things at once. I really enjoy that. And also it has ceramides, and ceramides are really helpful to kind of help your skin retain moisture, but also to strengthen the skin barrier. And they're just perfect that they are in the same product, because it has retinol, and retinol has side effects that it can cause dryness, it can cause irritation. So I think the ceramides there are really helpful to kind of balance out the negative side effects of using retinoids. This one also has some peptides and some growth factors. So it's really an all-in-one, this serum. That's why I'm enjoying it so much. And the way I apply it is I use only about 4 drops, as you might see in the footage. And you don't really need to use too much. It's a potent ingredient. It's a serum, so you don't have to use too much of it. It's very concentrated. I use about 4 drops, which is what was said in the packaging, and I spread it all over my face, including around my eyes and neck. But I want you to have some caution here and do not follow what I do, especially if you have very sensitive skin. Usually retinoids are recommended to avoid when applying them around your eyes and around this area and on your neck, because those areas tend to be really sensitive. However, I have been using retinoid serums for several years, not the prescription type, which is the more stronger version, but I've been using retinoids for several years now, and I think my skin is already used to it. So it's very important for you to know that, and I think this one is particularly gentle enough that I actually can tolerate it around my eyes. I haven't felt any irritation or dryness, so that's why I bring it up in that area, to also benefit that area from these ingredients. I don't know if I've mentioned, but it has like a nice cocktail of ingredients. I just want to mention it again, but it's just such a well-rounded product, because it has glycerin, hyaluronic acid, but it also has peptides and ceramides, and it has a cocktail of antioxidants, including a derivative of vitamin C, vitamin E, resveratrol. It has CoQ10 as well. So it is just a very, very well-rounded, in addition to having 3 different types of retinoids. So it's amazing. I'm really enjoying this serum, by the way. So I'm following up this serum, the retinol serum, with this one. This is a serum from Beauty Pie, and it's called Triple Hyaluronic Acid Serum. So this is a serum that has 3 different types of hyaluronic acid, and it also has a peptide, and it has a couple of ingredients that are going to help with ceramide production in your skin. If you don't know, ceramides are basically the mortar that holds our cells together. And when we age, and with pollution in our lifestyle and you know, external factors, they start to degrade and our skin kind of like doesn't produce them as much anymore. And they are necessary because they keep our skin cells nice and tight and together, and they're necessary to do that so that they can help our skin retain moisture, and so that our skin barrier can be nice and strong. So without them, we tend to lose hydration, our skin feels dry, and then it starts to, you know, be prone to irritation and a whole host of other issues. So that's why ceramides are really important in a skincare routine, and I find that they are very helpful for my skin. However, I perhaps don't need to use another serum after the retinol serum. However, I do enjoy using this one. I find that somehow this one just brings something nice to my skin, and I've used this one for a couple of years now, you know, on and off. I buy this one, then I buy another one. So I just kind of enjoy that addition of another hydrating serum. And I think this one has kind of some different ingredients from the other one, so I'm not kind of repeating them. And as you will see, I apply this all over my face. I also bring it up around my eyes, around my neck, and including my chest. You don't want to neglect these areas. And then whatever's left, I put it on the backs of my hands. The following step in my skincare routine is to use eye cream. Now, what I've learned is that a lot of dermatologists and even skincare experts, they will tell you that it's not necessary to use eye cream. There are some dermatologists that I know that say that actually it is important to use one because the skin area around the eye is very delicate, so it needs a dedicated cream and dedicated treatment. However, for me, I like using eye cream, and the experts say that you can usually, if you don't tolerate the rest of your skincare around your eye, then maybe you do need to have a separate or a dedicated eye contour product, because sometimes retinoids can be, you know, irritating around the eyes. Vitamin C's can also be irritating around the eyes. But if you want to enjoy the benefits of retinoids or vitamin C around your eyes, then maybe it is worth using a specific cream that contains those ingredients, that is specifically designed to go around the eyes. That's why, you know, it can be good to use a dedicated product for the eye contour. However, I like using eye contour or eye cream because I've just gotten used to it since I was really young. I love using an eye contour to help with the darkness, to help with the puffiness, to help also with hydration. I tend to get really dehydrated around my eyes, down here, especially down here. So I kind of like using something extra there. And currently I'm using this one from Vichy, and it's their Mineral 89 for eyes. This is a very simple eye cream, but I think it works very well. It's like a gel texture. It's very light. I particularly like things that are a little bit thicker, a little bit more emollient, but this one actually works very well. So it has caffeine, so it's gonna, you know, stimulate blood flow around the eyes to help with, you know, puffiness. And then it has adenosine, which is another hydrating but also soothing and calming ingredient. It also has Vichy's mineral water, and it has shea butter, so it's nice and emollient, and I think it has a few other ingredients like glycerin and hyaluronic acid, and it's really supposed to be soothing and help strengthen the skin around your eye. So I am really enjoying this one. So now the final step, but not quite final yet, but usually it would be the final step, is to use a moisturizer. So it's really important to use a moisturizer to kind of lock in all those serums. The moisturizer is going to seal it so that the serums can, you know, stay on the skin and not evaporate and actually be able to do their job. And currently I'm using this one from L'Oreal. It is from the Revitalift filler range. It's called Microepidermic Hyaluronic Acid Plumping Water Cream, full mouth. And I am really enjoying this one. If you follow me on Instagram, you might see me talking about it as well, and on TikTok. And I've been really enjoying this moisturizer. I find that it's not too heavy, and it's perfect even now for the summer months, because now we're entering the summer. And it is somehow very light, but still, you know, emollient enough that it makes my skin feel really good. And what I like about it is that it also has glycerin and hyaluronic acid again, but it also has niacinamide and ceramides, and niacinamide is another amazing ingredient that you will see almost everywhere, and for good reason, because it has so many good benefits for the skin. It's really a star ingredient. It can help with oil production, to balance it out, but also tighten pores. It can help with brightening the skin, but it can also help combat dark spots, and it can help strengthen your skin's protective barrier. So I am really enjoying this moisturizer. I also like the smell, and I just love this packaging. I think it's so cool. It's very hygienic, but also just very comfortable because it has like the perfect dose. You just squeeze it once and it gives you the perfect dose. And sometimes when you have these other jars, you kind of you pick way too much or way too little. It's a little bit more complicated, and I think that this is just really perfect. There are other brands that also have this similar packaging, like I think the Inkilis used to have one like that. I haven't seen it anymore. And so many other brands are doing this kind of packaging now, and I think it's really, really cool. I really appreciate it. So now for the final step, because we are in summer and I am using self tanners now, I also like to use a self tanner in my face. I regularly use a self tanner for the face first, like once a week, and the one I'm using is this one from Iconic London. It's very, very nice. I really enjoy it. It just leaves the most beautiful tan, subtle tan, but kind of glowy. But throughout the week, because I'm washing my skin, I'm using all these active ingredients on my face, it tends to kind of lighten up. So the way to touch up my sunscreen is I use this one from Saint Tropez. This is the one I started using last year. This is the Saint Tropez Self Tan Natural Glowing Skin Bronzing Water Face Mist. And you just shake it, and I just put it on as my last step, just to kind of touch up my self tanner, and so that in the morning my skin is nice and glowy. So that's the final step of my skincare routine. It's a little bit long, but remember, this is like a self-care moment for me. I really enjoy my skincare routine. I sometimes just look forward to it, and this is what's also working for me. Let me know if you use any of the products that I've mentioned. What are your thoughts? Let me know if this video has been helpful for you. Don't forget to give me a like so that I know that you like this kind of content as well. And if you stayed all the way till the end of this video, I want you to know that I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for being here with me. And I think that's all I wanted to share with you today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in another video. Ciao!